Hello. So many of you may have seen that I launched Kiva Publishing's upcoming book, Sovereign, Liberated Women Who Boldly Claim Their Power, last Monday. And I know there's been a lot of hype. I'm sure you've seen a lot of posts. We have author applications rolling in and authors joining every single day. So I wanted to come live and share with you what it's all about, how it works, who it's for, and a little bit about the book process. So I personally have been part of 3 multi-author books myself, and they have been one of the biggest initiations for me, as well as a rocket ride for my business and my life. And so I started Kiva Publishing to elevate the leaders that I was working with who, struggle to be seen online, who struggle to have the impact that they want, who know most likely that they want to write a book or have always wanted to write a book like I had. I've wanted to be an author since I was about 4. And I was published in a lot of publications, over 40 publications and stuff, like from high school on, but never in a book until my first multi-author book. So who this is for? This is for women who have claimed their sovereignty, first of all, because that is part of the archetype of the book. And so the way that I see this, it doesn't have to be, your story doesn't have to be anything that fits in. I actually love it if they don't fit in, if they are unique to the archetype. But I view the book as this beautiful faceted diamond where each woman's story is a facet of that diamond and shows like their embodiment of the archetype. So this is for you if you're ready to share your story. If people tell you should write a book, if people tell you, hey, you should definitely write a book, or, you gotta write that book we've been talking about, this could be for you. If you feel that you want to write a book, but it's been too much, like to write your own book, you don't have a year to take off to write your book, all of that kind of don't have the money to invest in, $20,000 writing a book, for instance. The multi-author books are a done for you book, which I'll cover towards the end here. But you have to write your story and your bio and share the book. That's pretty much the extent of being part of the book. You don't have to worry about the editing and those kinds of things. This is for you if you want to elevate your business. If you are tired of racking your brain trying to figure out what to write that will stop the scroll, and what to write to, get people connected with you and able to be of service to them, because you can't quite, capture that relationship that you're wanting to have with your potential clients because of, the vast pace of social media, and, being heard on social media is quite the thing. If you feel like you want to touch others with your story, you have a story that's powerful and it can change lives, and you really feel that your story can impact other people's lives, and lead you into greater service to them. And then if you love collaboration, and I've shared this several times today, I've had some beautiful calls with some potential authors, one who just joined. And, my idea of collaboration is quite different than a lot of people's. My idea of collaboration is about, being in support of someone else, basically. It is not the whole exchange or agreement of the Instagram follow thread, where it's more of a I'll do this if you do this. Yeah, Renee's saying that she's been told, well, Renee, this could be for you. So, if you believe in collaboration, true genuine collaboration, because one of the beautiful things about multi-author books is that you get to be in a container with other women. You get guidance and support on writing your chapter and your bio and the launch and the post-launch, the pre-launch, all of the things on that prevent a lot of women from sharing their story in a book and becoming a published author. So that we will have between 25 and 30 women in Sovereign. Magdalene Rising, which is Kiva Publishing's first book, which comes out in June, has 29 just powerhouse women in it. And it is one of the most beautiful collaborations of women. I am just honored every time I go into that Facebook group. And I know some of you have felt this where like, you're like, oh, another Facebook group, or yeah, you know, I don't know how this is going to be for my energy. The Magdalene Rising Facebook group is one of the most beautiful containers, the most energy, like producing, high vibe containers that I've ever seen. I'm so honored to be guiding it. So if you like collaboration and synergy, and even like if you want to heal a sister wound, a lot of the women have talked about like how healing it is to be in a container with other like-minded, like-hearted women where they actually are in true, genuine collaboration, and they're working together to create this bigger thing, this bigger synergy that goes out into the world and creates a massive ripple effect. So if those are some of the points that would, if you meet any of those points, this book could be for you for sure. So Sovereign itself came about because I did Magdalene Rising first because that Magdalene energy is definitely me, and it's definitely so needed in the world. And Sovereignty was the clear next book that came in for me. That collective sovereignty, which begins with each one of us owning our own sovereignty, is what is so needed right now on our planet, to heal our planet, to heal our people, to heal the animals. Everything can be healed if we all step into that aspect of ourselves. And so this came about because it's needed. It was called forth. And so I'm calling you forth. If you are a sovereign woman, if you have a story to share, that you have liberated yourself from those old patterns, the pleasing, the victimhood, the traumas. I mean, there's so much that we can liberate ourselves from, right? I mean, like every day I am in awe of, how sovereignty changes our world and our perspective and the way people react to us and the ability to connect and to allow others to connect to us. So that's how this title came about. It crosses a lot of other archetypes for me. Like it crosses the Magdalene archetype and the wild woman, the sacred rebel. Like there's so many archetypes that are intertwined with sovereignty because it reaches so deep into our consciousness. So if you want to think about joining Sovereign, here are some of the things that I will tell you about it. So this is a multi-author book. So like I said, we'll have between 25 and 30 people in the book. If you want to start this process, I'll send you the overview and I'll also link it above, but you can DM me if you'd like. You can read the overview. It has the dates, the investment, kind of an overview of what you get and the bonuses and all of the things, because this is a done for you book. Like I said before, all you have to do is write your chapter, your bio, give me a headshot, and participate in the Facebook group as much as you want, as much as you need, of course, because this is a collaboration, but also you have to agree to promote the book. Because we work as a collaboration and synergy to get the book to bestseller status so it can have the biggest ripple possible. So things that come with this. You get an amazing Facebook group. It's an authors collective, we call it. So there's a Sovereign Authors Collective. There is ongoing support in there. We do things like having a chapter goddess so that you can exchange your chapter with someone in the group and get feedback and help integrate your nervous system into this process, because this is a big initiation, guys, like big. You don't really realize it until you've gone through it, But this is a big initiation into your magic and your self-expression and your creativity and really owning your story and clarity in your business and all sorts of things. But those are some of the big ones. And so, as we move into that, there is lots of support in the group. We do creation circle Zoom calls so that you can come be present and be seen, and we check in where you're at, and we share updates, and I give guidance at that point. There's ongoing help in the Facebook group itself. You are guided through every single part of this journey. I care about your success, and this book being the biggest initiation for you and your business. So I want to be in all transparency. This is like getting on a rocket. It was for me. It is for my authors. It's the women that I've written books with in those containers. It was for them. So you have to really be ready for this. But I guide you through every step. There is trainings for writing your chapter, for writing your bio. There are trainings for pre-launch, for launch, for post-launch. Like, there's trainings on so many things that you're guided through the whole process of those trainings, for edits, like all kinds of things. Some of the things that are included are professional edits, professional proofreading, the graphics for the cover, which Magdalene Rising is amazing. The Sovereign graphics are in the works right now. So those are some of the things that are included. There's also all of the trainings are included with that, the Facebook group. So there's all of that is a done for you thing. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You get promotional graphics as you can. If you go on my profile, you will see a ton of the authors from Magdalene Rising just got their graphics, and they're able to share them and start the momentum of, sharing with people that they are becoming a best-selling author, which is huge. So I'll get to that in just a minute, Renee. So there is all of that is done for you, which is huge. Like I said, people pay like $20,000 to write their own solo books, and then they have to promote them themselves. Another beautiful thing about this multi-author book, one of the reasons I fell in love with this model and started my publishing company, is because each person promotes the book. So it's a synergy. It's greater than one person doing it or two people doing it separately. Working together, the book gets so much more visibility and so much more of a ripple effect in the world because we're all working together. You have access to the other women's networks, and so that feeds off of each other, right? So things that are bonuses for this are we do a launch event before the book launches, which is a kind of a challenge hybrid thing. Which is a promotion aspect for you. The launch itself is massive. We just started talking about that in Magdalene Rising, and it is so exciting. All anybody could say on the Creation Circle Zoom call last night was how exciting it was. Like, how exciting it was to say, I got to check in with my publisher. I'm waiting for my edits. Like, I'm waiting for launch day, like all of the things. And then there's also a summit. So the actual setup of the book, if you're not familiar, is you get your own chapter, which is about 8 pages. It's 3,500 word max. You get your own chapter. And then right after your chapter, there comes a bio page. And your bio page has to be 150 words of your bio. And like I said, you're guided through all of this. And then you have some links and a picture on that bio page. So the intention is for people to take a deep dive with you by reading your chapter. It's about 7 times a normal blog. And then they can go read your bio and then purchase from you or follow you or, wherever you want to lead them with your links. And there is guidance for the links as well. And so you get named in the table of contents. I do my authors on the back of the book as well. So there's all of these places people can find you. And so some frequently asked questions that I just want to cover really quickly with you are, what is the return on investment? Are there royalties? There are not. There you pay to be part of the book for all of the done for you things, the graphics, the professional editing, the book cover, all of the things. And the profits, which are fairly small because the Kindle comes out first at 99 cents, so that we can get it to bestseller and have the biggest ripple, the biggest impact in the world. And then the paperback will come out around the time of the summit, which is 4 to 6 weeks later usually. And so the royalties are actually, we vote together as a collective on a charity to give them to, and quarterly I pay all of the royalties. They 100% go to that charity, and that's also a great selling point when we launch the book. So another frequently asked question around that is, do paperbacks come with being part of the book? And they also do not, but you do have the privilege to purchase wholesale paperbacks through Amazon as an author. And then you can do with those whatever you would like. You can sell them on your website. You can give them away to clients. You can use them as business cards at, when you speak, anything like that. So those are some of the really commonly asked questions. So the return on investment also, I wanted to say, is that you are guided and supported through how to launch something off the back end of the book. So for me, with my first book, I had over 75 messages in the first week after the book launched, of wanting to work with me, of how my chapter touched them, that type of thing. So you're guided on how to seed your offer through the book, the marketing aspect, how to weave that into your story, and let people really connect to you with your story, and then also how to position yourself in your bio, and then again what links to use to get that, what you're launching off the back end going. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you. I know it's a lot, but I wanted to cover this all in one video so that you could get kind of like the whole picture if this is you. What to do now if you're interested. The investment for Sovereign is $1,444. And like I said, that includes the entire Done For You book, all of the training and support and guidance, and the Facebook group, which we're just tallying up because of I have a number that I thought the support was worth in the application. I think it's much more than that, but I think it's around $15,000 worth of support that you're getting for 1,444. So, and I do have a payment plan, so I want to make this possible for you if you feel really called to be part of Sovereign. But this is a hell yes, like full body yes type thing. This is not a dip your toe in the water thing. And I want to be transparent about that because it can feel really big. And but if you're being called to this, I think it's for a reason. I think you're ready for it. That's how I feel about it. I literally took about 10 minutes to agree to my first book, and I didn't know any of the details or how it was going to work, but I heard collaboration and the title and knew the publisher and was like, yep, published author, here we come. So wherever you're at, I'm happy to talk in Messenger with you, voice note over Messenger, whatever, to answer any further questions with you. If you are just totally ready, I linked the overview above, so you can get all the dates, all the details, have the investment, see the payment plan, like all of it's there. Chapters are actually due on June 28th. Just food for thought. And then the next step is either on the app, on the overview, there's links to the application, or I can send it to you directly as well. There's an application, because I'm very deliberate about who we choose to be part of these books and part of the container moving forward. Like I said, we have the most beautiful group of women in Magdalene Rising. And so there is an application, and the application gives me all your information, gets you thinking about the story that you're actually going to tell in the book, and makes sure that it's a great fit for both of us and that we're in complete alignment. And then once you submit your application, so read the overview, fill out the application, you'll get an acceptance letter from me that says, "Welcome to Sovereign." When you see that, guys, the first time I saw that, I was like, holy shit, it's happening. Okay. And in that, you'll find your terms and conditions, things like all of your chapter remains your intellectual property. Little things like that are covered in the terms and conditions of the book. And then there is your payment links. So once you pay to be part and you are officially joined, I will welcome you in online. Make sure we're friends before we do that. But I will officially welcome you in, and you will get invited into the Sovereign Authors Collective to meet your fellow authors and have access to the trainings and the creation circles that are our Zoom calls. And you can get started writing so that you can become a best-selling published author. So that is your invitation to Sovereign, and a lot about the book. I know it's quite a bit in a short period of time, but if this is you, I encourage you to act quick with Magdalene Rising. We had over 100 applications, and I expect Sovereign at the rate we're going to fill up in the next couple weeks. So this is kind of a time-sensitive thing. This isn't like a sit on the fence or put this off to the side. I also feel that like so many of us have waited for so long to become authors, and like step forward and step back and step forward and step back into becoming an author, that it's a really easy thing to just step back and say, no, it's not me. Instead of stepping forward and say, hell yes, this is me. I am a best-selling published author, and I'm going to start the process. It's scary. It's scary. One of my authors coined the term scared-sighted about becoming published. But it's because it's big. It's because it's a quantum leap. It's because it's your, future higher self pulling you forward into your soul mission. I mean, it's big energy, guys. And so I always say on all of the videos about Sovereign that I encourage you to sit with it and make a decision. Make a conscious, deliberate decision. Yes or no. I mean, maybe it's not in Sovereign. Maybe it's in somebody else's book. Great. I don't care. But make a decision. Make the decision whether you're going to step forward today and start the process to become a best-selling published author and share your story and touch lives and have the bigger impact and the credibility and the visibility and the change in expert status and all the excitement and fun and commitment to collaboration and sisterhood. I mean, like all of the things, or whether you're going to wait. Okay. And I encourage you to do that like in the next 24 to 48 hours. Don't sit with it for long. This is something that in your heart, whether you're going to do or you're not going to do. And like I said, feel free to talk to me. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Once again, if this is you, we're going to read the overview, fill out the application, you'll get an acceptance email, and then you can pay and you will be added to Authors Collective, start writing, and well on your way to becoming a best-selling published author in the most beautiful, supported, guided way possible. All right, so I hope this resonates with you. I hope that Sovereign reaches into your soul and encourages you, your sovereignty, to share your story and your message and your heart with the world. All right, guys. Bye.